What's going on, everybody? It's your boy here, TheTCPLive, doing a little different here now. I know I haven't been video here in quite some time. I do apologize for that. I was expecting to make an NBA trading deadline video. As you can see, as you already know, there weren't deals, any big name deals really. I mean, the biggest name was J. Redick going to the Milwaukee Bucks, but yeah. So, since spring training actually begun, I thought, why not, me and diehard Bam make a series of videos, make a series of MLB preview videos. For example, as you can see top, I'm talking about the AL East. My video will most likely about, the AL Central, and we'll go to the AL West, and then we'll go vice versa for the NL, East, NL West, NL Central. So, alright, so let's start off really with the AL East. As you guys know, the New York Yankees won the AL East last season. Baltimore Orioles finished second, followed by, the Tampa Bay Rays, Toronto Blue Jays, and last but not least, your truly favorite beloved team, the Boston Red Sox. Thank God Bobby Valentine is gone. That's all I'm saying. But anywho, we're gonna try to break it down to each team, kind of like what they look like, because this could be in first time in quite some. It could honestly be possibly anyone's division. As crazy as that sounds, except for the Rays. I don't know the Rays just keep losing talent. And, another way James Fields now, we're going to 7 more years or deal with Evan Loria, who's, I'm sorry, but to me, Evan Longoria might be one of the more overrated hitters in all of baseball. He's good. He's not great. And the guy just can't stay healthy. It seems like he's always banged up or injured, so. Risky move by Tampa. I think this is going to be a down year this year because, they had a great year last year with Fernando Rodney as their closer, who originally, starting training camp, starting spring training, wasn't supposed to be the closer. He was supposed to be the setup guy. Kyle Farnsworth was supposed to be the closer, but then he got injured, and then, Joe Maddon's like, oh, look, I got Fernando Rodney. Let me put him as my closer, and then it worked. But I don't think that's going to work this time around for the Rays. I'm just looking at the roster right now, and it's just other than Longoria, what do they have? They let B.J. Upton go, who was kind of last year. I know they got Desmond Jennings. I know he's a good, player, but he's not really he's a good contact hitter, and he's good for speed. I call him like a younger version of Carl Crawford. But, I know they got that one, oh god, I forget his last name, the one that young outfielder that the Rays got from the Royals in part of the James Shields trade. But I think, in this pitching staff, it's literally David Price's team now, and David Price, to me, is going to be he had a great season last year. Come on, the guy won the Cy Young. And I think he is going to have a good season again. Do I think he's going to get close to those numbers? I'm not sure, but, we'll see what happens with the Rays. But it's just, there's too many question marks, I think, when I look at this roster, really. So, as you guys know, also, the Toronto Blue Jays, they had a big offseason. Who would have thought they said that? The Toronto Blue Jays. The Blue Jays made a bigger splash this offseason than the New York Yankees. I never thought in God's green earth I would ever say that, and I'm dead serious. Okay, the Toronto Blue Jays, they got Jose Reyes, nice. They got Josh Johnson, nice. They got R.A.D., the guy who, was the best pitchers in all of, not just the NL, but in all of Major League Baseball last season. Melky Cabrera, as long as he stays up, he should be this. And you still got Jose Bautista, and I like Jose Bautista. He's a good player, good outfielder / third baseman. But it's just this guy needs to stay healthy. He's not an average guy, but obviously he's gonna hit the long ball and he's gonna drive in those runs. So he just needs to stay healthy, and this Blue Jays team looks interesting. I'm looking at it right now going, this is a team I think could sneak in for the wild card. And I'm dead serious. They can sneak in the wild card. It is a possibility. I mean, look at last year. People thought, the Baltimore Orioles, they suck. They go into the playoffs. Like, what? Like, no one in blue hell saw that. Like, don't give me... I don't want to hear no Orioles saying, oh, I knew we had it all along. Shut up. No, you didn't. The Blue Jays, they could do something. I'm not banking on it by any means, but we'll see what happens with that. The Boston Red Sox. I'm going to say it loud and clear. There's no way in hell they could have a bad season like they did last year. Last year was just a complete nightmare. Everybody getting injured. And, the pitching was just horrendous. There were times that the offense looked good, and there was times the offense looked horrible. The bullpen was just like, oh my god. Like, you Fredo as 7 as your freaking closer. What the hell is up with that? Seriously. And I understood. I remember at first, when the Red Sox got rid of Adrian Gonzalez, Kevin Youkilis, Josh Beckett, I sat there going, what in God's green earth are we doing? But then I remembered, Kevin Youkilis is the same guy he used to be. I'll get to that, Yankee fans. Beckett, you don't know what the hell you're going to get out of him. And with Adrian Gonzalez, he wasn't having that great of a year. Sure, the previous year he had monster numbers. Hell, he was in the All-Star game. He was in the freaking Home Run Derby. He was doing, I think it was a Home Run Derby, but he was doing good stuff. So, I don't know. But, this team, this Red Sox team, they saved a lot of money in salary cap. They got out Mike Napoli, which is... Napoli right now apparently is banged up, but they really, they got Mike Carp, and I know Mike Carp's not known to be great, but he's a decent first baseman. They got Shane Victorino. Everyone thought they were going to shop out Jacoby Ellsbury. No, they kept him. Johnny Gomes. Johnny Gomes, I think, is one of those players that he's okay, but if he's in a hitter's ballpark, he'll look really good. You put him in a pitcher's ballpark, he'll be like, what the hell am I doing? But, this is not a bad team. I think they obviously are going to improve. Are they going to be in last place this coming season? I don't think they will. If anything, I could see them possibly, third place, second place-ish. I don't think they'll take first place. I got to see what this team looks like, especially the pitching. Here's the big thing with the pitching. John Lester struggled last year. Clay Buchholz struggled last year. These two guys have to be the heart and soul of this pitching staff, this rotation. I know they went out and got Ryan Dempster. Okay, that's good. But look what happened with Ryan Dempster when he went to Texas, when he came to the American League. He sat there going, oh crap, I don't have that advantage anymore that I did in the National League. So he needs to fix whatever with that. I know he's like 40 years old, but granted, this Red Sox team should be better. And, they could have a team that could possibly get into the AL East. The Baltimore Orioles. The Orioles actually have lost some pieces. They lost,
I know losing Mark Reynolds is not that huge of a loss, because the guy's literally hit or miss. He'll, hit the ball in a ballpark, or he'll just strike out. But, they've lost some, not huge players, but kind of key players along the way. Nick Markakis for them, their outfielder. Solid hit, needs to stay healthy for them. They got a decent pitching staff. Jim Johnson is a really good closer. At first I was like, I think he was a starter a couple of years ago, and I was like, I don't know how he's going to take this whole starter from closer situation, but I think it's going to work out good. Kind of like, the Red Sox, they got Joe Hainer in, a pretty good closer, good numbers last season. With Jim Johnson, he had a good season last year as well, and I think he'll do good with the Baltimore Orioles again, last year. So, it's iffy with the Orioles. I mean, they've been good for, I say, a year and a half. You guys remember, even a couple years ago, the 2011 season, at the end, Buck Showalter really did a good job with that team, and I was impressed of how good he did with that team. I sat there going, wow, this is what this Oriole team has needed for several, not just years, maybe even decades. A good manager that knows what he's doing with his ball club. And last but not least, the New York freaking
Yankees. Yeah, exactly. Okay, we all know about the whole A-Rod situation. The guy's possibly done for the season already. Big question, Mariano Rivera, coming off of a huge injury last season. Him getting up there in age, and don't get me wrong, with healthy, Mariano Rivera, despite his age, is still one of the best closers in all of Major League Baseball. Let's put it that way. But if he so happens gets injured again, really question who's going to be their closer. I mean, are they really going to trust David Robinson to be their closer? They don't have Rafael Soriano anymore. He's in Washington with the Nationals. So what are they going to do with that close situation if Rivera gets hurt? And other than CC, who's going to step up for this pitching rotation? Andy Pettit is not what he used to be. Was it Michael Pineda? The prospect big name pitcher that the Yankees got from the Jesus Montero trade last year. Remember that? He was out for the whole entire season. So, kind of question mark of what he's going to do. Phil Hughes is like, I kind of call him a little bit, he reminds me sort of like the Red Sox version of, he's the Yankee version of freaking Clay Buchholz. Like, one star he'll look like one of these young pitchers, but next star get let up like 7 runs in like 2 or 3 innings, and you sit there going, what the hell happened, So,
yeah, question mark on him, but we can't forget about the Yankees hitting. Derek Jeter, he had a great season last year. He had like a career season, really. Until in the playoffs, he got hurt and whatnot, and I think he should be fine back from that. What else? Mark Teixeira, big power numbers. Kevin Youkilis, I think, will be good defensive-wise, but, Yankee fans do not expect much from Kevin Youkilis hitting. When it comes to batting average, I think, with the home runs, I think the home runs will be there. He'll probably get around 20, 22, 3 home runs because of how small that freaking ball is. But, Rumble, one of the best basemen in baseball, Brett Gardner, hell. The only position on my rushing for the Yankees is of catch. And I know Russ already didn't do much reason, but who the hell is catching now? Savella? That's your option. A catcher. It's like weird to me. But Yankee, I would not be sorry. I would not be surprised if he's fall to place in this division. Because again, it could be Al's division. Can the Yankees well, because they also might make the playoffs and then lose or second round of the playoffs. But the AL East gonna be entertaining, gonna be good to see what happens. I'm stoked for baseball this season. It's like, ooh, I'm a fan, and I was like, 2 weeks later, ooh.